Yo, what's up? What's going on? This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo, and I'm back with another story. And yes, we are back in the red room. And this story right here is about an individual that you kind of see in every chain gang. You know what I'm saying? Damn near in every dorm. This individual name was Pug, and we started calling him "Let Me Get a Soup" because he was like a Maytag, like a dude that goes around cleaning people's cells. He'll do odd jobs. He'll go running to get hot water for your soup or for your coffee. He trying to sweep out your room, mop out your room, wipe it down, you know what I'm saying, clean it and everything. And he be always saying, "Let me get a soup." Or he'll invite a situation like, "Yo, you look tired, man. You look real tired, bro. I see how you leaning on the rail, man. You want me to come up there and knock out your room real quick before inspection? Let me get a soup." Like, this is how he was coming. And he would say that to everybody and anybody about anything. You know what I'm saying? And he'll always say, "Let me get a soup." And these type of individuals, when they come into the prison system, after they get sentenced, it's like they usually, like, their family will kind of like start distancing their self from that individual. So they have no backing. They don't have people sending mail into them. You know what I'm saying? Sending money orders in. You're not getting no packages, no visits, or none of that. So you're kind of like hustling off the land. And that's how this individual was. He didn't disrespect nobody. He tried to respect everybody because he wanted to work and do something for any and everybody. And I noticed that was his daily thing. This is what he did. Like, for months that I was there, this is what he'll do. From the break of dawn, when he drinking his coffee and people coming out their cell, he looking like, "Man, you should let me press that, man. You know I'm up in the laundry now. You should let me press that. You need me to? Let me get a soup." Like, this is how he was coming. Now, it was some people moving around, coming into the different dorms or whatever. And I don't know exactly where he was coming from, but I know the dude that slid up in our dorm, they said that he was down for at least like 20 something years or whatever. And he was in the old chain gang, like Alto days and all that. And this was an older gentleman. He looked very fit for his age though. If he was like 50 something, close to 60 years old, he looked very fit. He was very tall, like 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Slender built. He looked muscular, toned up and everything. Had a butt naked face. Like, he even shaved his mustache, everything off. He just butt naked face. Looked at kind of weird a little bit. I'm gonna say that, but he had a real stern face. And when he came into the dorm, he came luggaged up. He had mad bags, mad food and everything. And as people were standing around, they was asking like what he claimed and stuff like that. He walked past everybody. He ain't even look at them. He standing taller than everybody. He coming in, he walked past them. Boom. He go into a cell, and you could tell his clothes is all extra creased up. He still had the shiny tips on his boots too. You know what I'm saying? And we was fading out of that era, but he was definitely in there. You know what I'm saying? And as he stayed in our dorm, I noticed he would rarely come out the dorm. And then, out his cell, you know what I'm saying, into the day room or anything. He'll always be playing his cell. He had an old radio too, a big boombox radio. I think I spoke about that before. I'm going to do another video on that another time though. But he's always in there listening to his radio or whatever like that. And then he started coming out telling people about he had store. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to run store. He was dealing with a selected few of people or whatever the case may be. And when I saw him talking about it in front of the TV, I noticed "Let Me Get a Soup" was over there. He was looking at the man or whatever. And I thought that he was about to go start doing his rounds and asking, can he be Maytag and do some work for somebody, buffing out their cell or something like that. and be like, let me get a soup. But he's looking at him talk. And he was standing there. He had a soup in his hand. But he went to the dude and he was like, man, how much you do for 2 soups, man? Like, I need 2 beef soups. What you trying to do for 2 beef soups? He was like, it's going to cost too much, Playboy. It's going to cost too much, man. He's like, nah, I just want 2 soups. I'll pay it back on store. He was like, it's going to be 5 soups. It's going to be 5 soups. You want it or not? And I saw that old head, like, was kind of on some ignorant stuff. You know what I'm saying? How he was doing Pug or whatever, let me get a soup. But he was like, come on, follow me, man. And he giving it to him, but he's talking to him before he hands it over to him. Like, he's giving him a whole speech or something. I couldn't really hear exactly the words, but you can tell he's not handing over that soup until he was done talking. Then he gives him the soups, and then they go their different ways. A couple days go past, bro, and store day hits. And let me get a soup is still in his cell. When they call for everybody to go out, he's still in his cell. And I noticed that OG keeps opening his door. He's opening his door a lot, looking out, looking through the door. He close the door. You hear his music blasting too. Every time he open it, you'll hear the music. He looking around or whatever. Now, after store call is over, people is going out to chow and all that. And I'm in the dorm. I did not go to chow, and a couple other people didn't go to chow because we was about to hook something up that day or whatever. And because everybody was good that was with me. And I noticed that OG comes out his cell. He has a pillowcase in his hand, and it looked like something is inside this pillowcase or whatever. He's walking on the bottom range because that's where he stays at, and let me get a soup stays on the other side. Now he goes around and goes to let me get a soup's door. He's tapping on the door, and then the door's about to open up and this man goes in. Now when he goes in, from that point, like the way he rushed in, it seemed like it was gonna be some loud boom 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 boom, all that in there. It ain't no sound at all. It's no sound going on and everything. Now, it's probably like maybe 3 to 4 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. I don't know, but Chow is about to come back or whatever. And when dude opens the door, when this man opens the door back up, it's like he went in there for an all-out massacre. This dude came back out with so much of let me get a soups inside, you know what I'm saying, blood, everything all on his arms, his hands, on the big banger that he had in that pillowcase where he was hiding. He got it all over him, and this man is coming out the cell like this, wiping his face with this man's all his Kool-Aid out of his body. He's wiping his face with it and everything, and he coming out the cell smiling. This man came out the cell smiling, going back to his cell with the weapon, everything. So I'm talking about, you can tell that he went in there like he was just slaughtering a dog or something up in there, man. And when he went into his cell, everybody is running down there, open the door, and man, this guy, let me get a soup, was in there in his bed. It looked like a horror show up in that spot, man. Like, people are trying to get him up out of there, rushing him to the door for the officer to call for medical. Medical is running down there. They get him up out of there, and this man, he did not make it. He did not make it from that situation, man. Let me get a soup was a good dude. He was a good, solid dude, and this happens to too many people, too much in the Georgia Department of Corrections. I'm asking y'all to stay out these streets, stay out the way. Please don't go do nothing stupid and find yourself in somebody's county jail, prison, or chain gang, and you can be Pug 2, let me get a soup, losing your life over 3 soups because the man didn't pay 3 soups. I heard he said he was going to pay him next week, and that man said it was over. It was a wrap for him, man. This your boy Big Miz from the zoo. I'm going, y'all. Peace.